হ্যাঁ, বলো। হ্যাঁ, 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 প্লিজ। ঠিক আছে, ঠিক আছে, ঠিক আছে, ঠিক আছে। না, 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 কি বলবো?
Audit কই? Just a minute. বইগুলো তো সব আসেনি। রিকুয়েশন যে দিয়েছিলাম ও আজকে
I'm seeing the new books. New books have arrived, looking beautiful, Millard.
yes.
Millard, Lordships, Millard, last occasion, Mr. Orik Banerjee, Millard, was appearing, Millard. He was, I'm, Millard. Oh, mentioning it. Oh, mentioning it. Mentioning it.
Mentioning.
Well, leave to file an appeal with the certified copy. Well, we have applied for the certified. Just well, the drawn up and completion was not given within time. Well, but the certified copy is there. Kindly allow me.
Original side.
Yes, sir.
লিখে নেবে upon undertaking to file. পুরো এন্ডোর্সমেন্টটা করে দেবে, বুঝেছো? Yes, for the list.
Matters, appeal from order, item number 1.
My appeal, Millard, arising out of an order, judgment upon admission with a prayer for security.
Therefore,
Security, Millard. Now, Millard, Honorable Single Judge has held that there is, Millard, no admission warranting an order of Order 12, Rule 6, but security on basis of Rahul S. Shah. On the basis of Rahul
I
S.
think
Shah.
we observed on the last
Yes,
occasion.
Commissioner, there is already an auditor by consent of the parties. That auditor has opined that money is due and payable, Millard, to the defendant. There is misappropriation of funds. There is not no challenge in this suit to that auditor's report, appointed by consent of the parties. I think, Millard, this was
There is
pointed
no
out.
admission. I don't think in the audit report it is said that the plaintiff owes something to the defendant. What the audit was done, the purpose was that, was there any misappropriation of fund
Yes,
done
yes.
by any ex-employee of the plaintiff?
See, it's a question of settlement of the accounts.
But
How much the owners have paid, the flat owners have paid, and how much is due. And
That
if
is
they have
there.
paid some amount, misappropriation would come that if it is being not accounted for or used for some other purposes not meant for CAM.
Page 172.
So these will be the case of misappropriation. So question is this, that we observed on the last occasion that we appoint an accounts commissioner to go into the accounts. And also in that proceeding also this question of if it is not being accounted for or if it is being used for purposes not mentioned in the agreement, in terms of the agreement, that will be reflected.
Just one, Millard. I always, yesterday, Lordship has seen first offer will I, in a given case, I will, Millard, there is an auditor, admitted case, Millard, the defendants, Millard, plaintiffs, Millard, employee, Mr. Ghosh, Nilanjan Ghosh has misappropriated, plaintiff accepts that. And Millard goes for an auditor. The auditor has come, Millard, there's a misappropriation of Millard, 62 lakhs, Millard, not put in the fund. He was managing the property, Mr. Nilanjan Ghosh. They have show cause Nilanjan Ghosh. This is an admitted case. All documents are on record. And
Correct.
this auditor's report has not been challenged.
No, so Nilanjan Ghosh has misappropriated. Nilanjan Ghosh was
Is the employee of the plaintiff. Not my. So
Well,
vicarious
in my
liability
respectful
237 of the
But
Contract Act.
insofar as the vicarious liability is concerned, the employee has to act in terms of his employment within the ambit of his employment. But our case is that the employee who had allegedly misappropriated the funds traveled beyond his scope of employment and did whatever he did.
No,
So
sir.
for that, the plaintiff is not liable. And what the defendant
But
is
the
saying,
plaintiff is, have you filed a suit for recovery of money against him? You should have made her a party here.
no, my lord, I don't have any claim on that account. This suit has been filed on account of services rendered.
No, very well. But Nilanjana, if he has, no one has decided that whether Nilanjana has misappropriated or not. That is your submission.
Well, that is their defense.
No,
And
that
my lord,
is
we
his
have emails
submission.
exchanged.
No, that is
He
their
gave a
defense.
show cause.
That is their defense because
He
that-
gave a show cause.
that is being said in the auditor's report.
Yes.
Auditor said, so your employee has misappropriated.
Yes.
So this amount was paid in fact. misappropriation. So to that extent, they're entitled to credit.
But the CAM charges was not even a part of the contract. I did not have any obligation, and it is also recorded in the impugned order that CAM charges are not part of the contract. So how can they have a claim? And be that as it may, even if they claim that, there is no
But
counterclaim as on this date in the
but
suit.
CAM charges
I've already filed an
CAM charges are being paid by whom to whom?
By the residents to
The
the
residents
association.
are being paid
Residents,
to
he
whom?
collects it. He collects it and.
It's not
Sorry, I'm
part
sorry.
of the contract.
You are the plaintiff. Relationship with the defendant.
My relationship with the defendant is the person who had developed the project. But the defendant had appointed me
Yes.
to render certain services,
Correct.
providing liftman, etc.
Correct. So
CAM
to maintain the common services.
No, my lord,
Common areas.
collection of common area maintenance was not my obligation under the contract. It is beyond the scope.
But-
It is not stipulated in the
But
contract.
were you collecting the amount?
Even if I was, that person was, my ex-employee was, but that is the defense. Audit was conducted. Even if it is found that my ex-employee used to collect the CAM charges, that is not my obligation.
No, that
The ex-employee may have traveled beyond his scope of employment and then
CAM charges, you must have issued the notice receipts.
no, my lord, no, not the plaintiff. The CAM charges, there is no evidence till date that the plaintiff has ever collected CAM charges and issued receipts. There is no evidence. And when they have filed a written statement, they have not claimed have made any counterclaim. And my lord, now an application for amendment has been filed, which is still pending, which has not been allowed. There they say that these, in view of the CAM charges being collected and the misappropriation of fund, they are entitled some money from me. But that has not been allowed as on this
Not
date.
correct, Millard. In fact, Millard, he said that Nilanjan Ghosh has misappropriated funds.
But can
I
that
show
be
cause
decided
him.
in this appeal?
Please come, do an inquiry. Until the inquiry, please give me something. I give him 20 lakhs. Now he says, no, 20 lakhs, I want 60 lakhs. This is Millard.
Not I want. They said that
No,
they will
I
pay
haven't
60
said-
lakh.
I
That is the
haven't said.
admission.
There is no document I have said 60 lakh. Don't.
In the email
don't
there
make
is
this.
in the email there are
Show me
specific
the-
admissions. That
show
is the
me.
reason why the order was passed.
Lordship gives me 15 minutes on facts. I'll Millard satisfy your Lordship.
If
And
the
this
lordship is
auditor's
inclined to
report
have
has not
heard
been
this-
challenged. Not been challenged. Kindly look at his plaint. I got my written notes also ready, Millard.
Malad, the appellant maybe Malad, they have prepared the paper book served us day before
I was
yesterday.
briefed
Day
yesterday.
before yesterday, Malad, it was served in court.
দেখো নীলাঞ্জনের চিঠি দেখো ওই বলছে নীলাঞ্জন কি বলেছি না এই তো
No, the case is this, that the defendant directed the employee to collect the amount. That is what is being said.
Millard, that is Millard, kindly look at page 162. He accepts that Nilanjan Ghosh has misappropriated funds.
He's my
If
employee.
the contract does not provide for him,
Contract says that any damage in
please
respect of
listen to us, Mr. Ghosh.
I'm sorry.
Does the contract require him to collect CAM or not? First thing. First is first.
Millard, the contract tile place page 24.
Yes
He
or
is- he
no?
was
Yes
overall-
or no? Just give us an answer. Whether
Yes, he was collecting. I have
no. Under the contract,
Yes,
is he authorized to collect CAM charges or not?
Millard,
Yes
there
or
is
no? First,
no specific clause,
So,
but he was
that
collecting.
means no. that
I'm
means
saying
no.
no. I'm saying
So
no.
CAM charges cannot be collected by
He has
the plaintiff.
Yes, he has collected.
Now him,
Yes,
one Nilanjan Ghosh was collecting CAM charges from the residents.
according to him, Millard, Lordship will correct me if I'm wrong. According to him, Millard, Nilanjan Ghosh is his employee who was collecting CAM charges. He has done an inquiry against Nilanjan Ghosh that why he has collected CAM charges. And he is the person who has requested us, please make an audit. This is how the parties understood the contract.
That was mutually done, Malad.
That
They had
was-
filed a written
May I,
statement
Millard,
bringing on
may I,
record all those
kindly take
facts.
page 141, he's plained. He's plained. And he has accepted such fact, and such fact is borne out from the records before this court. We are on judgment upon admission.
Malad,
Kindly,
Malad,
Millard.
for today, Malad, we are here for appointment of an accounts commissioner.
Gives me
Malad,
half-
it is
gives me
Malad,
only half an
evident that
hour
none of
here.
the parties want an accounts commissioner to be appointed because there is, according to us, according to the plaintiff, there is no dispute as regards our claim in the suit is concerned. They may have a counterclaim.
Difficulty is this, your person has collected 60 lakhs
Malad, 60 lakh was collected allegedly was
by your person.
by my person, but
have made-
traveled beyond.
You should have made Nilanjan a party with, it's a necessary party in the suit to decide the issue.
Malad,
As to, yes,
our claim is not an
whatever is
account.
your claim, but if if the auditor has said that Nilanjan has your employee, then he should have made a party in the suit.
But-
Because his presence is, he should have a right to say on what basis you have collected.
My lord, not on account of my claim. My claim is for services rendered, invoices issued.
You are not following what we are saying.
My lord, their claim is for counterclaim because Niranjan Ghosh had
So
collected, sir.
Nilanjan is very much a necessary party in this proceeding. His
That
presence
is that is
required.
their
You should-
obligation.
No, you should have made an application. How could you prove your case when it is admittedly Nilanjan was an employee and she collected the money? You are saying I have not authorized Nilanjan. Who will decide this issue? This itself is a vexed issue.
This issue, my lord,
This issue is itself a vexed issue. He is an employee. Others will take him as outsider will not know that he's when he goes and collect represents that I am collecting for in behalf of the company.
yes,
So others will proceed on the basis on a bona fide belief that he is authorized to collect.
yes.
So if
Yes.
he is authorized to collect, you cannot absolve the liability being the employer.
My lord, that is where I join.
You are
my lord.
taking a defense that then this Nilanjan should be directed to pay 60 lakhs to you.
My lord, if that is
So
decided that he had,
that is the reason Nilanjan is a party necessary in the suit.
but my lord, it is
you have not-
this issue has been raised by the defendant in its written statement.
No, if the issue is raised, the auditor's reports, now the auditor report has said Nilanjana has collected. Account shows that.
My lord, that has not been accepted by us. The
No,
audit report was given by an auditor who was
there is
mutually appointed.
There is a sufficient defense for not allowing a judgment upon admission.
Judgment
Sufficient
upon admission
defense.
has not been allowed. My lord, the defendant has only been directed to furnish security because of the unambiguous emails Lordship will see in the content in the paper book that
There
they are repeatedly they are saying we'll pay 60 lakh after the pujas, we'll
No,
pay
no,
20
I
lakh,
haven't
give us
said
three,
so. I've seen this.
4 days. Unambiguously, they have
auditor
said
report.
there was not, it was not without prejudice. It was only after they
And the
did
trial
not.
judge has recorded that there is no admission.
Yes, my lord.
By
If
admission,
there
then
is no
there's an order.
admission, then attachment, if you ask for attachment,
Yes,
then you have to come within the rigors of Order 38 Rule 5.
my lord, I
How
have
the Order
pleaded that.
38 Rule 5
Yes,
has
there is
been
no-
made out.
I have pleaded that in my application.
No, Order 38 Rule 5, how is being proved to Order 38 Rule 5?
No
There is
finding.
no
will-
discussion on that.
No finding.
My lord,
There is no finding.
so far as the security is concerned,
There is no finding.
on the security,
Yes,
the
there's no
learned
finding.
judge, the learned judge had considered the emails sent by them.
Even said then email is for the purpose of judgment upon admission.
Yes,
Order 38 Rule 5 would apply provided the rigors of Order 38 Rule 5 he is about to likely to suffer a judgment.
yes.
There is no question of admission, there is likely to suffer a judgment, or he's fitting away the assets. There is no such case.
Right.
Then on what basis the judgment about this
But I'll
is-
show you lordship from the documents and what have been considered in while passing this order. But my
in
lord,
Order 38 Rule 5, the
my lord,
rigors have
it's
to be
likely to
followed.
be, yes,
So what
frustrated.
is the discussion on that Order 38 Rule 5 is
There's no discussion. Only
on the one hand, if I say, if I say that there is no admission, there is at this stage no prima facie evidence to substantiate that there has been misappropriation of fund or
only page 147, Lordship will see this misappropriation has been admitted by the plaintiff. Page 147 by an email. It's not my email. It's Oliari to Siddha where he says there is misappropriation in my bank. I go by the admitted case.
no, there is a finding that any collection said to have been made by Nilanjan and staff deployed by the plaintiff in terms of the contract cannot prima facie be said to be collection of camp charges by the plaintiff in terms of the contract.
Yes, that is
When there is no such specific term. The defendant on the basis of the complaint lodged by association towards alleged misappropriation of the fund have in turn alleged misappropriation. You have alleged because the residents, this ad hoc,
yes.
as
That is he also says page
there is at this
147.
stage no prima facie evidence to substantiate that there has been misappropriation of fund or as to its quantum except the report prepared by the auditors engaged by the defendant. So your auditor. The police complaint said to have been made by the defendant regarding misappropriation against Nilanjana has also not reached a logical conclusion to demonstrate that the staff of the plaintiff misappropriated.
The criminal revision now has been withdrawn before Justice Tirthankar.
Who has filed? Nilanjana.
They had filed, they have withdrawn the criminal.
They have filed a criminal revision.
They have withdrawn. Challenging everything, washing everything, they have withdrawn.
No, but no. They have filed a criminal revision against what?
Against my FIR,
No, you made a police complaint against them.
against them. So Millard, and
Said to
Millard,
have been-
FIR I had lodged, Millard, I am very apprehensive about criminal law. A criminal revision was filed, that is withdrawn subsequently. They have withdrawn.
That is not a part of the
That is
subject matter
withdrawn.
of this
That's
suit.
a court order.
Yes, yes.
Yes, that's a court order. And I go by the accepted case. If there is no admission, rigors of order 38 will file, Millard, hits my learned friend. There is no cross
the-
objection.
Malad,
No, you see, you are required to pay. It is this amount which is directed for security
Yes.
is not account of camp charges. It's not account of, this is for the purpose of facility management, housekeeping, plumber, lift marshal.
That's common that's common maintenance charges. That's scam.
No, this.
no, not
this-
at all. That is not
Ki
camp.
bolchi?
This,
No,
no,
it's
no,
part of the
this-
contract.
That is part of the
Bolchi.
contract. I'll come to that. Page 147, kindly have a look. Kindly have a look at page 147.
Yes, this is part of camp charges. Yes,
কি বলছি
absolutely
আমি তো
correct.
বুঝতে পারছিস না।
This
বলি
part of
না
camp
এটা।
charges. Yes, absolutely.
কি
Malad,
বলছে?
140, the contract doesn't contain, Malad, the collection
What
of
is
camp.
camp? What
বলছে
is camp?
common
The common area maintenance.
This
বলছে
facility
আমি বুঝতে
management staff,
Yes,
housekeeping staff,
yes.
plumber and electrician, lift marshal, ambulance driver.
everyone who wants a unit will already here there.
The camp includes everything.
Well,
Camp.
that has been our assertion from the day one, that
Camp
collection
includes
of camp charges is not part of our contract. This contract does not specify that. And the contract specifically provides prices, costs for rendering these facility managers, shift engineer, etc. These are the
Who is collecting the camp charges?
They are collecting.
No,
no, not at all.
No,
Please,
no,
please.
from day one, who is collecting the
It's
camp
page
charges?
146. Kindly have a look at 146. There's an admission by him. His email. Millard, this is very unfair, Millard, what is said to quote.
146.
This is Millard Colliery is writing. Page 146. Kindly take the bottom. Please note I attached with Siddha Town. I asked tell him Millard. Page 146 bottom. It's a trailing mail, Millard. Please note I get attached with Siddha Town account since 2018. Please check attendance register since the information which knowledge I am ready to help you. Now Millard, his email.
Page 146.
146 bottom. Volume 1. 3 documents. Volume 2. I am very sorry, Millard. Volume 2. এই নোটটা বার করে রাখ সামনে তাহলে সুবিধা হবে। Now kindly Millard, page take 147. This is
147.
Colliery's email, Millard.
No, it's not telling.
Page 147 like this, Millard, not telling. 11 July, not telling. Volume, may I take out for my love? Volume 2 টা একটু জজ সাহেবকে দিন না। পেপার বই। জজ সাহেব।
Paper book টা কই? One who is collecting the camp charges, show us.
That's Millard, that's the case.
What I'll invite my learned senior friend to show page
I
147.
say-
Where is the admission that we have been collecting?
Kindly
Kindly see what
don't,
page 147.
kindly don't jump the gun. Kindly see. It's your email, not my email.
Yes, yes. Kindly.
Forget
kindly
my email. Forget my email. He writes an email and he wants a judgment upon admission. Ambiguity has been found in collection of CAM and deposit in the same in Siddha's bank account for the period 2015 onwards. It's Millard Colliery's email, not my email. The person in charge, very important, Millard.
Yes.
Don't say yes. Person in charge of the investigation in Siddha accounts team. The aim of the investigation is to establish the facts of the matter, gathering much relevant fact.
No,
Please.
you disclose that when the society was, it is a registered society.
It's a registered society. Now, Millard, have a look at. Millard now writes to Rahul Ghosh on this.
No, it's a,
Page 150, kindly, Millard. 2 minutes,
no,
150.
when it was registered.
Millard, I'll come back. I don't have the date right
No,
now.
when it was registered and then camp charges before registration of the society,
Yes.
who was paying to whom?
Millard, he was playing to Mr. Ghosh. That is Millard 156.
No, where are the receipts?
Millard, receipts are there. Kindly, Millard, take 156.
No, show us the receipts. Show us in single receipt.
Receipts are all in my name. page 151.
How does my learned
156.
student say that I was collecting?
If it
Arey
is in
Baba,
your name, then how it could be?
he collected
I
on
don't-
my behalf and that is admitted by his email.
He's collected on your behalf. then
Yes.
He is not liable.
No, he's employee.
He could be his employee.
Now, Miller, they accept that situation. Kindly, his
Where have I-
acceptance. Kindly take the acceptance, Miller. Kindly have the acceptance. Forget, Miller, my case. Take his email. Forget my case.
Yes.
What page 156? They accept this is a wrong. If I accept, Miller, facts admitted need not be proved. It's a wrong. Page 150. Enclosed, please find a copy of the letter which has been forwarded to Nilanjan Ghosh. Nilanjan is his employee. He's alleging Miller ABCD against Nilanjan. May I place this letter? I did not. He also becomes suspicious, Miller. It has come to the notice of the management that after your tenure of employment as the company account of Siddha Town, you have handed over huge amounts.
No, no.
Of
but
cash.
Have you said that prior to this dispute, how the camp charges were being paid?
These all camp charges, their employee was collecting.
Since day one, who was collecting the camp charges?
Their Miller, this is Miller. Lordship will read this letter.
No, no. Is it from the day?
2015. Date they came in. It's going on. It's if I read the
So
correspondence.
2015, they were collecting the camp charges.
And Miller, unfortunately, a
And-
part of that not deposited in Siddha's that amount, deposited in some other amount. That's an admitted case, which is Miller, the
No,
parties went and
so
audited.
you have yearly reconciliation of account.
Yes,
So you have not found. Have you issued notice to the residents that you are not paying your camp?
residents have no issued a notice against me. So Miller, I
No, residents
write
issued
to
a
them.
notice against what?
Yes, that Miller, it is not been done. There is misappropriation, page 141. So now Miller, Lordship gives me 15 minutes on facts. I'll Miller satisfy your
Malad,
Lordship.
if Malad,
Time-
by respectful submission,
Abhi
if we
bole
are
na.
arguing the appeal, Malad, this appeal paper book has been served on us, Malad, 2 days back.
No,
But
but
we'll
thing
come
is-
back on the appeal itself then,
But
Malad.
thing is
Kindly
this,
fix
that,
us the date.
that the suit will be cannot be conveniently heard in absence of the association and Nilanjana Ghosh against whom the allegation.
Malad,
Nilanjan,
first, they
Nilanjan.
will have to, Malad, they have filed an application for amendment of their written statement where they want to include the counterclaim, if they have any. That amendment application is pending. As on this day, it's even running in the list. Malad, that has to be allowed first. Then this question of Malad,
It's 2020.
adding
No,
this
even
other
if-
persons
even
will
if
come.
even if in a suit, once Nilanjana is a party,
Nilanjan.
Nilanjana appears to have collected the amount on your behalf, and for that they are making a claim against you. In all fairness, you should have made Nilanjana a party in your suit.
No, first, they have to. First, the counterclaim has to be allowed. They have to file the counterclaim
Forget
first.
about counterclaim. Auditor's report shows that Nilanjana Ghosh has collected the amount. You must have dismissed Nilanjana Ghosh from service.
Yes, after that, after we are
So
show cause
that
that
means you are accepting it. If you are
he
accepting,
traveled
if you
beyond.
are accepting, if you are accepting it, you should have filed a suit against her for recovery of this in the event. You failed to prove these claims. Your case in Nilanjana survives. You have not filed a suit against
No,
Nilanjana.
that will happen. That will be decided. What steps have I taken in the suit? Well, in
That
this,
has nothing to do with your recovery of money from the Nilanjana because their defenses.
yes, that is a separate.
That-
Yes,
because Nilanjana is very much because his defense is very important to be known here. Whether she has collected on whose authority, that is important.
yes.
So these issues are to be gone into.
Well, that will happen in the suit. And Malad, if the party
How
cannot,
it can happen in the suit without Nilanjana? How it happen?
Malad, with or without Nilanjana, if they are allowed to file their counterclaim, they will to prove their case and for me to disprove their case, we'll have to take steps for addition of party or deletion of party, whichever it is. But in this appeal, Malad, their counterclaim is not on board as on this date.
I have already filed.
They have filed a written statement only.
I can also.
It is
pay
not
for
a question of counterclaim. It is a question of a defense.
Yes.
Suppose there is no counterclaim. No counterclaim is there.
Right.
So whether case of Order 38 Rule 5 is made out or not, Order 38 Rule 5 is not made out because they say Nilanjana is a person who collected and misappropriated the money. So this amount is not payable by. So I am adjusting this amount against your service charges. That is what they are saying.
Yes. That is what they're saying. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
So this cannot be a
In
case of.
spite of that,
So this is an issue which is a tribal issue and cannot call for an
that will
attachment.
happen in the suit.
So
Malad,
it cannot call for any attachment. They have a defense.
Well, it's for furnishing security.
Yes,
Supreme Court,
furnishing
my lordship
security,
knows, in the Rahul S. Shah judgment,
That's
plaintiff
the
is entitled to some security. So till
Not
the time,
necessarily, not necessarily.
Me.
given the
Cannot
facts of
be.
the case, there were emails. It has been recorded in the order as well, where they, despite all these allegations of misappropriation of fund, they have specifically written us several emails where they say that we'll pay, and without prejudice.
Post Nilanjana.
Post Nilanjan,
But show us.
but emails of 2019.
Kindly Millard, have Millard his case, page
But I'll
157.
Please, why you are developing the habit of interrupting? Please take your seat. Allow
Malad,
him
may
to,
I do this? Malad, this paper book was, that is my only difficulty. This paper book was served, Malad, day before yesterday. Maybe come back, Malad, with the appeal, Malad, fixes any date. I'll show your lordship all the emails.
Monday.
What at Monday?
देखे ना?
And where are your short notes?
Millard, my notes are ready. Kindly Millard, have my notes. দুটো
এই
কপি
notes.
আছে, একটাই আছে, আরেকটা আছে। Only হ্যাঁ, আমার আনসার। I give my notes to my. I've given the judgment.
Lordship, one indulgence I'm seeking. Could it be Tuesday instead of Monday?
We are taking it on Monday and Wednesday. We can be on
Wednesday, in that event, your lordship.
What at agenda?
These are my notes, Millard. This was for Millard. My argument, I give it to your lordship.
The short notes of argument on behalf of the give it along with this today.
Very well.
Copy and give it to my
I
officer.
definitely.
Sir, in course of the day. With the judgments. If you want to file your notes, you can also.
Grateful.
Sure.
এই বইটা নিয়ে নেবেন।
তোমরা যাও, না অ্যাপেল সাইড আছে না ওখানে? না অরিজিনাল সাইডে আছে তো। আজ অ্যাপেল